Hi, I'm Kieran Don, and welcome to the Kieran Don channel on YouTube. So today, YouTube star, wannabe boxer Jake Paul took on Tyron Woodley, former. I always thought his name was Tyrone, but there's no E. So he took on Tyron Woodley, five-time UFC champion, a man who is currently on a 4-match losing streak. If he lost against Jake Paul, which he did, spoiler, he is now on a 5-match losing streak. This wasn't. I paid for this because again you can't go to the pub to watch it, but I paid for this, and it was actually a pretty damn good pay per view. I liked it. It shits all over Logan Paul versus Mayweather, but you know what doesn't shit on that? I mean, I didn't pay for that. I actually saw that when pubs are still open. Thank fuck, because if I paid for that, I would have felt ripped off. Anyway, it was a good fight. It was a good show. It was in Cleveland. The highlight was Dave Chappelle, the comedian, the God Among Us, in the crowd, like just really getting into the fight. It was awesome to see. And there was apparently, I think there was a big fight in the crowd early on, during in the undercards, and there was more people watching that fight than the actual fight in the ring, which disrespectful kind of to the boxers, but nothing beats a fucking improv fight in the crowd. That's just freaking awesome. So the first fight was Tyson Fury's half brother and reality TV star. Yeah, apparently he was on Love Island. Tommy Fury, and he was up against a mixed martial artist by the name of Anthony Taylor. Mixed martial artists in a boxing ring? Well, that hasn't happened before. Anyway, this was a pretty crap fight. There was all this build up where Tommy Fury is now going to fight Jake Paul, which at least it's a boxer. I don't know. I was actually going for Jake Paul in this pay-per-view, but so they kept talking up Tommy Fury versus Jake Paul will be the next one. But then something happens, which I will get into later. But yeah, this fight was pretty average, but it got better from here. So at least they got the token crap fight, because every card has like a crap fight. And they got this one over and done with early on. Next fight was a proper boxing fight. This guy wants a title shot now. Montana Love. He won the fight, and he also won best name of the night. He might have won best name ever, Montana Love. And he was up against a European fighter by the name of Ivan Baron Victor. I'm white trash. I don't pronounce names properly, even other white names. It was a good fight. There was a few knockdowns which were saved by the ropes, so they weren't counted as knockdowns. But this was good. It was an exciting fight. The fight after it was an Englishman in his very first American fight in America, by the name of Daniel Dubois. Yeah, apparently he's the first person, and probably the only person. Oh no, he was the first person to knock Anthony Joshua down. I don't think it was a proper fight. I think it was a sparring thing. I was going to say only person ever, but Anthony Joshua lost to Anthony Ruiz that time, which no one saw coming. Yeah, probably not even Anthony Ruiz. He's like, what? I won the fight. Yeah, I'll take the title. Anyway, so he beat a fighter by the name of Joe Kasema. Again, mispronounced the name, but anyway, it was a good fight. They were heavyweights. It was short and sweet. It was good. Then the next fight was a title fight. It was Amanda Serrano, who is from Puerto Rico and is actually one of the people who helped train Jake Paul. She was up against a Mexican by the name of Yamileth Mercado. She actually had a title in another way, and she went up. So if she lost, she didn't actually lose her title, which is good. So, and it was a good fight. Went to distance. The Amanda Serrano won, and her corner person slash whatever you call brother-in-law, her brother-in-law, because he's married to her sister. He was a bit of a fuckwit and was sledging the other girl during the match and after the match, which I haven't seen before. Normally, like, you don't normally see that many douchey corner people. Normally, it's the fighters or the promoters who you come across as a douche. So yeah, that was happening. Anyway, so then we got to the main event: Jake Paul versus Tyron Woodley. Again, I keep thinking his name's Tyrone for some reason, and even though I've watched him plenty of times, I actually was going for Jake Paul in this fight. Controversial. That's probably the most controversial thing I'm going to say on this channel. Unless I don't know, I go on a racist rant, which I'm not, because I'm not racist. I mispronounce names because I'm white trash, not because I'm doing it on purpose. Yeah, so, and another reason why Tyron Woodley, it was okay in UFC. I've seen him have some good fights, and I've seen him have some snore fest, like some real boring fights. Some of the fights he phoned it in. Dana White didn't get along with him for the same reason, but yeah. Anyway, it was a fight. It went down to the wire. It went all 8 rounds. And Jake Paul won on fight. So I actually think Jake Paul did win, but Tyron Woodley had a good round. He knocked Jake Paul down in one of them. Again, Jake Paul was saved by the ropes. But yeah, then after the fight, they got into a argument, which you could say maybe was scripted. Probably is scripted, because boxing, wrestling, they're kind of like merging into one, where Tyron Woodley's like, I won this fight. The judges screwed me, and I want to fight you again. Originally, I thought, because Logan Paul, the older brother of Jake Paul, was there. Anyway, Jake Paul's 24. He looks older than 24. So, but anyway, Logan Paul was there, and they both, Paul brothers, were yelling at Tyron Woodley, saying, "You had your chance, man, blah, blah, blah. You only want to fight us because of the money," which is true. 90 to 80% of fights in boxing happens because of money. Not like the real fights in the crowd. That starts over alcohol and paranoia. Is like, did you just look at me, you fucking... Anyway, I was going to say the C word, but I didn't. Were you looking at me, you effing C word, female body part? Yeah, so I originally thought this was going to be a build-up for a Logan Paul and Tyron Woodley fight, but it wasn't. Apparently, there's going to be a rematch. Jake Paul said, if you get I love Jake Paul tattoo right here in this venue, because there's a tattooist on hand, I will give you another fight. I mean, I don't mind boxing sequel fights or trilogies, but not straight away. I like to see them fight someone, then come back. Unless it's like a draw or something, then a draw, fight again straight away. Not that I think Tommy Fury was that good, but at least it's a different fight. At least it's a different fighter, yeah. And then this pay-per-view was good. It actually felt like a boxing pay-per-view. Not like the Jake Paul versus Ben Askren fight, or whatever his name was, where they had like freaking Pete Davidson hosting it, and they had like bands and rappers perform Heartbreak for freaking ages, which I kind of liked. It was like a weird fever dream more than an actual boxing pay-per-view. But this was just like a standard, normal boxing pay-per-view, which I don't mind. And it was a quality fight card. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. Yeah, that's all I can say. I got a feeling that like Jake Paul will eventually fight Mayweather, because there'd be a lot of money involved. But I kind of would like to see like a wrestling style match where Jake Paul beats someone, then Logan Paul comes into the ring to celebrate, but instead of celebrating, he just like punches his brother in the back and starts laying into him. Then he gets up and walks out of the ring and just stares at him from the top of the ramp. Then you would have a Logan Paul versus Jake Paul fight. You know, that would get the crowd going. I'd be into that. You know, I don't know who I'd go for. Probably Jake. I find Jake more likable than Logan. Yeah, that's the video. Thanks for watching. Apologize for mispronouncing names, but you know, white trash, and I had a few of these. It's my day off, so day drinking. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please like the video. Please comment. I guess, yeah. Please, yeah. Subscribe to the channel. Whatever. Thanks for watching. Kieran Dotton out.